Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Flight Deck. Hope you're having a good weekend. It is Sunday. That means we are doing our Formula One 2023 season support flight. Today we're heading over to where the race is actually this weekend, so we're kind of getting caught up. We're heading from Montreal, Canada, over to Vienna, Austria. Should be a good flight. We're going to be taking off from here at an overcast day here in Montreal and landing out in the mountains of Vienna. So it should be a good flight. Once again, this is a split stream, so we'll be streaming until we're up into cruise. At that point, we'll stop the stream, we'll carry on with the flight, and we will pick up for our briefing as we get ready to head into Vienna. Flight time is approximately 7 hours, so about 6 hours, 5 hours, 45 minutes, 6 hours after we stop the stream, we'll be starting it again to pick up our briefing and arrival into Montreal. And once again, we are honored to have joining us Nick and Kevin for today's flight. I think Nick is in a 747 as well, and Kevin has broken out his trusty Antonov A225. All right, so let's get on board. We'll get the aircraft ready to go. She is loaded and fueled. We just have to power her up and program in the flight and information. All right, we are in the Asobo with the update. There's Nick over there in the Pan Am livery, but I'm sure he's flying a freighter. And there's Kevin's down there at a far ramp over there. So this is the Asobo one with the updated avionics and aerodynamics update number 2. We flew it last week. Turns out I did not know at that time that Salty had separated theirs out, so we're going to give this another shot, see how it does, and carry on from there. So up to the overhead panel. Hi, Dark. All is good? Yep. Yeah, they are a bit longer flights. Hopefully you'll be able to join us during the week one day in an evening flight that's a little bit shorter. So we're going to come over here. We are going to turn on the battery. Turn standby power on. We're going to turn on the fuel pumps, and we're going to get that APU up and going, since we do not have external power here at this stand. And we'll be doing APU starts. Hi, Nick. Yeah, afternoon for you guys. Morning for me. Hey, Brian. Another weekend coming to a close. And back to work. All right, so we'll bring in the APU generators. There we go. We have power. So once again, the battery switch is on and covered. Standby power switch is in auto. We'll get the adheres aligning. Hey, Rock and Robin. Oh, that's no problem. Get that cap lock key on when you don't mean to. Yeah, they are long flights, but that's why we have Sundays for that, and it's a little bit more relaxed in the multiplayer, so we're not worried about ATC, and you can kind of walk away for a little bit and do your thing, and make sure that you're able to enjoy the flight. So we'll get the hydraulic demand pumps all off, and we will park down. So parking brakes are on. Landing gear lever is down, flat position lever is up and indicating retracted. Fuel control switches are all off. Anti-ice is off. Oxygen is checked. Emergency exit lights are armed. Altimeters, let me grab the current weather. Throw her into the chat. Holiday here tomorrow. Yeah, it is. The Canada Day holiday. We'll be flying tomorrow. We're flying from Boston up to St. John. And it should be a good flight. So you can see by the weather here, winds are 140 at 5. We're going to be taking off on 06 left. 6 miles of visibility. We got a little bit of a misty, foggy type of thing going on. Few cloud at 800, scattered 2500, broken 4500, overcast at 10,000, 22 degrees. And it is 29er83 on the barrel. So let's get that dialed in. Slightly low pressure, but nothing too major. And time for the FMS. So down we come. Still showing salty here. Interesting. I look forward to seeing you in it. Alright, FMC's set database is current. We'll go over to our position initialization. There we go. Over to our route, and we'll request it in. So let's see how it does. It did import the NAT on the last one reasonably well. Activate and execute. We look at our legs heading out towards partial route 1 uplink. Okay, here we go. I'll run eBus. YQB should be Sifu after that. Yeah, Nico Soft, Cougar, Bellox. Yeah, it has done everything except in that. So let's see if it'll let me to put it in. So Nico doesn't do anything. Alright, let's go back over to our legs. Direct. Yeah. I don't think it's going to let me put in the NAT information. It's 54 north, 50 west. I think I am stuck with just arcing across. So if we go over to the other side, yeah, takes us out pretty close. Cougar, Bellox, down over there. We'll show the route in a minute. Oh, and it just didn't complete the route. Whole back end of the route is missing. Oh boy. Let's see if I can bring that in again. So I got 5 pages here now. So let's see how this plays out, if this has the rest of the information in it. Bellox, Ruku, Bar. Okay, this has the rest of the route in. So I don't have the NAT, but I just have an arc. So I'm gonna stick with that. Might be worth going back to the salty. The problem is I don't have the livery for the salty, so it doesn't work. And the salty one never managed to bring it in properly either. So there's that. Anyway, let's do our arrival and departure. So we're going to be going off on 06 left, and we're going to use the Montreal 2 departure. That's fine, and then we'll just head direct to Anteg. And for our arrival, winds currently are 280 at 19. All the winds seem to be coming out that way over the last several hours. So we're going to be doing the ILS Zulu runway 29er. Go to our index, and it is the ILS Zulu 29er, and we're going on the Bud 2 Whiskey, and we go in at let's see if I can figure this out. We transition at Nerdu. And we'll execute that. Let's go to our legs. Alright. Let's go there. And there's the waypoints we're looking for. So we'll move that up, 92, 95, 99, around, and in for the landing. Alright, we will execute that. And that is all entered in there. Then we come over to our performance information. Reserve fuel for today's flight is going to be 4.5 tons. Cruising altitude, our initial altitude is flight level 330. We have 2 step climbs on the way. We fly at 90 in the cost index. Our thrust limits, that is fine for takeoff, and it will be a flaps 10 with our V speeds set. And that is looking good. All right, so the FMS is programmed in. I'm going to set up our FCP, so 200 is good. Runway departure heading is, let me just pull up my airport diagram, 57 degrees. And there we go, 57 degrees is set. IRSs are now aligned, and we are going up to our cruise altitude of 330. Let's get that cranking over. And there we go. I am going to try later on, I'll load in on the salty one and do like an oceanic import of the brief and see if it actually does it in that one. It'll be interesting to see. Alright, hydraulic demand pumps are on. Fuel load is on board. We have 82 tons of fuel. APU is up and running. Make sure our nav lights are on. Turn our beacon on. Doors are all closed and passenger signs will go on for sake of completion. I was going to look at something. I've completely forgotten what it was. Oh, bugger, it let me load in my 7th. Okay, Dirk, come on in. What was I going to do? I was going to, oh, the route. Hey, Lemon Wolf, good afternoon. How are you? All right, so we'll take a look at our route for today. Let's get the chart set up. All right, so here is the route. We're going to be leaving out of Montreal. We're going to be departing to the northwest. We're going to carry on up the St. Lawrence for a bit up towards Quebec City. We're then going to pass south over the Gaspé Peninsula, then cross over the mouth of the St. Lawrence Seaway, flying up over Labrador. This is Newfoundland down here, and this is Labrador. And then out over the Atlantic, at which point I will be just doing a arc for whatever reason it doesn't want to load in. Then that, and then when, we'll come over here to Sauve. Then we're going to start angling down. We'll cross over Northern Ireland, over the Isle of Man, over the English Midlands here, down over the entry point to the Channel, just south of Amsterdam, crossing over the Netherlands over into Germany, and then we'll be working our way down, and we're going to come, there's the Alps down there, and we're going to be coming down. Here's our arrival, the Bud 2 Whiskey, over to Nerdu, and then we'll be descending down, getting ready for the ILS, making a series of right turns and coming in and landing. So once we reach Vienna, again we're landing on runway 29er, we'll be coming down. We're going to exit and then taxi down here where it says maintenance area, and we'll be parking out here on the big ramp in the maintenance area. So that is the planned flight. Like I said, it's about an 8-hour flight time. If I look at my flight plan, I can see that it actually says it is a, 7-hour flight plan, 7.5 hours block to block. So that is the planned flight for today. And again, we have the APU up and going. We've got Nick over there in the Pan Am 747. We got Kevin down there, and somewhere we're going to see Dark Fury pop in shortly and get ready to go. But I think we're good to start. We're going to start engines on the stand. So we are good. So up to the overhead. All the other fuel pumps can come on now. So we've got pumps left and right. That's all on, and starting systems are ready to go. We are 7.5 hours gate to gate, and just under 7 hours for the actual flight time. All right. So I think we are good to start. APU is up and running. Fuel pumps are all up. And let's start with engine number 3. Start selector open. Yeah, just remembered what I was opening, and that is my fuel diagram, so I know which I have to hit when. We're still not like really heavily loaded in fuel. For our center tanks are empty. She's not bad. It's a mid-range one. All right, and adding fuel, engine 3. The longest we did was actually in this series. It was 14.5 hours. That was a long flight. looking good. Starter shut off. We're going to tune over to, we're not using the radio, that's fine. And what I am going to do is, no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted that. Cabin crew would ban me for life if I stayed in front of the PC that long. Yeah, oh, no kidding. No kidding at all. That's not what I want there. That's what I want. Let me just quickly do something here. There we go. Just had to send Dark Fury a quick message on Discord. Alright, so we got a good start on engine number 3, starting engine number 4. And while we're doing that, we'll do a quick radio check. I'm just going to do a check there. Montreal terminal, Skyways 5556 radio check.
5x5.
Ah, there's Nick and Kevin, and there's fuel for engine number 4. Frederick Ulysses Nash Sawyer Donegal. Hey, thanks for popping in. All right, engine 4 spinning up. So if we come down to the fuel panel, you can see we've got more fuel in the inner mains than the outer mains, so that both left or right engines are now drawing off the inner main. Same will happen on the left, and when those inner mains get down to the same as the outer mains, we'll be doing some valve closures and pump shutoffs, and that will put us each engine running off its own tank. But we are good on the engines on this side. All right. And we're now going to start up engines 1 and 2. And they can start together. Hey, there's Dark over there in his 777. See them spinning up on the EPU bleed air. And we'll add the fuel. There we go. Funny looking FedEx. Yeah. Model matching isn't great on this airplane. What counts is that you're here. There we go. So we got starter cut off. And there's all the engines up. It's the Legend Dark Fury over there. That's right. Alright, so we have good engine start. So we can come over to our overhead panel. APU bleeds for the engines are now on.
Montreal traffic into the fuel 321. Foxtrot Super is rolling red 2 for right on the Montreal 2 departure.
Really? Oh, winds are... Oh, well. Actually, winds are the winds are more of a crosswind. There's absolutely no headwind either way, so that's good. APU selector is now going to off. APU bleeds are off. Packs are on. Recall status is good. There goes Kevin. Let's just watch him depart. And away he goes. Reference speeds are checked, 143 and 158. Flaps 10. Set for takeoff. Trim is in the green. Flight controls. Select the flight control page. Full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, full left rudder, full right rudder, neutral. And brakes.
Montreal traffic at 0321 Super is 31,500 proceeding direct.
Windows are set. And we are good for taxi. So taxiway can come on. I'll just pull up my chart here. So we're going to do a right turn, circle around, and then head over to 06 left. Yeah, you can do that. That'll work. And you can get an idea of where I am when we come back up on the stream. For my briefing for arrival, and I'll let you know where we are. Montreal area ground, Skyways 5556, taxiing from the North Apron, crossing runway 10 at Echo, taxiing via the apron to 06 left. All right. Brakes are off. We're going to ignore these guys down here. We're just going to loop around. Oh, there goes a little DA62. We are quite heavy today. Over to the line here. We come across onto the mainland Europe at Amsterdam and then kind of angle down from there. So anywhere along that route, Frankfurt would be pretty close. Yeah, Amsterdam, Frankfurt, Munich would probably be too late.
.64 Heavy is going to follow the Skyways to runway 06 left.
Very good. Let's see if I can... I'm due in Well, we'll wait until we get up to cruise, and then I'll give you my estimated time into Vienna, and you can plan out accordingly from there. Alright, and we're going to take this all the way out to the runway with a slight jog at the end. Oh, Dark's got his beacon up and going, so I guess he's getting ready for engine start. This is good. It'll give Kevin a sense of being in the lead for a little bit, but he is going to get passed, which is what usually happens. Yeah, so I'll maybe tonight after the stream is done, I'll load back in the Salty 747, and then I'll reload this flight in, and we'll see what it does with it when it tries to load it in. There's 6 left. Again, winds were perfectly 90-degree crosswind for both directions, so is what it is. So vital data is checked. Everything is in, and let's go back to our performance page here. Okay, and our takeoff. And we're gonna go to our fuel page. Packs are on. Cabin crew has been notified. Flight directors are now on. Auto throttle is armed. FCP is set, and lights are on. Taxi light off. Strobe lights. We'll put the wing lights on just because of the murky conditions. Montreal area traffic, skyways 5556, taking position, runway 06 left.
Montreal traffic at SW 3212 from Thrustmaster Super is overhead and take 15,000 foot. We'll be cruising at Mach less than 74 for Montreal. And final call.
We are heavy. There we go, starting to move out. TCAS, or transponder, set to 12,000. TARA is set. We'll do a rolling start. There's Dark. A little quiet there, but that's fine. At least we got you. Montreal area traffic, skyways 5556, departing runway 06 left on the Montreal 2 departure to the northeast. There's Kevin and our ahead of us there.
Montreal traffic, speedbird 464 heavy is going to line up.
Takeoff power set.
Left, departing skyways.
Airspeed's live. 80 knots. V1. Rotate. And there we go, positive rate, gear coming up. Autopilot's on, LNAV, VNAV, and we will pop down and we are going to go to our legs and direct to Anteg. There's our first waypoint. Feet. Acceleration altitude. Those coming down. Turn off lights can come off. Wing lights will come off. We're accelerating. Flaps 5. Flaps 1.
I think speed of 464 heavy, rolling 06 left.
And flaps retracted. So I did a poll a while ago for length of flight, and basically it was roughly 4 hours of flight time.
Traffic, FedEx 777 behind the departing Speedbird, we'll line up 06 left.
Was saying that that's a good place to split the streams. So that's what we're doing. We're also going to use Sundays for long distance passenger flights if we have no cargo flights on. So Sundays will always be these long distance multiplayer type of events, and Wednesdays are also multiplayer, a little bit shorter flights, just to give a little bit of a more relaxed flying experience for people who are not that comfortable with VATSIM. Of course, all the rest of our streams, which everyone is welcome to join. Information on the Discord is on VATSIM. And we're flying in various places around the world. Got some interesting series coming up, as ones we're currently on draw to an end over the summer. See you guys there. Alright, we're coming up for 10,000 feet. A little bit of a brightening in the clouds. See a little patch of blue there. And there's 10,000 feet. Landing lights will come off. So it's beacon, nav, and strobes are on. Everything else is looking good. No cautions. No. Hey, we're out of the clouds. No cautions. We are just humming along here. So we're going to be accelerating up to about 347 knots for our high altitude climb. As we head up to 33,000 feet. There's Kevin ahead of us. And there we can see Nick climbing out. Yeah, Lemon Wolf. So when I get up to cruise, before I end this stream for the departure, I'll go into my progress page and I'll give you my ETA on arrival into Vienna, so that you can plan back from there. 115, yeah, okay. And it looks like Dark Fury is up. Alright, it's the four of us off to Vienna. There we go, we are at speed, pitching up to get our best climb rate again. We're not on VATSpy, Lemon Wolf. This is multiplayer. That's the thing. We're not on VATSim. You should see us on Volanta if you use that. As I think we're all on Volanta. Alright, so there's our turn. And there's the St. Lawrence down there. Not a river, it's a seaway. It does head out to the Gulf of St. Lawrence. Well, you'll find places such as Prince Edward Island and the French protectorates of Saint-Pierre and Miquelon. But and we are climbing nicely up into the weather. Lemon Wolf, we're using a voice channel on my Discord server for the radios. Just everybody who's flying, I bring them into it. And then they can do it. It's a private voice server. Let me see, because you, I believe, are on this. Yeah, you're on the thing. So I've added you in for this flight. So when you if you go into the voice server on the Discord, or in the Discord on the voice channels, you'll see one that says multiplayer now. I've given you permission to see it so that you can join in there and then use it as the radio for the aircraft. It's not bad, eh? Big old heavy bird like this. And what was our takeoff weight? Our takeoff weight in this thing was 370,000 kilograms, and we're still climbing here, 20,000 feet, and we're climbing at over 2,000 feet per minute. Wow, that is impressive. So you'll also find in the on the Discord under text channels, you'll find in-cruise chat as well. So usually when I go off, I mute my audio just because I'm away working on stuff. But I bring the chat up so I can see if anyone types a message in there. There's that as well. Kevin, only 300, yeah. Okay, but you're on a long flight, so you're carrying like a paperclip again on this one, right? I know you can carry the world in there if you're only going 10 miles, but... All right, 11,000 feet to go. Looking good. Let's go over to standard. You got a boiler in the back? Oh, okay. Since the race is today, and we're heading over today. We're going to get there at the end of the race. I am carrying 69,000 kilograms of dust bins, bin bags, and brooms to help with the cleanup. Alright, so as I mentioned, we are in a step climb. Our next step is going to be pretty much right before we start crossing the Atlantic. We're going to go up to 350. Once we get across the Atlantic and we're coming up on Ireland, we're going to go up to 370. So 2 steps coming, 1 on each side of the Atlantic. Keep an eye on Kevin there. Kevin, what's your cruising altitude, or your initial anyway? Very nice views of the clouds. Do love the new wing shape on the 8 series. If I remember right, these are the 787 style wings that they put on the 47800s. Nice big swept back wings. Oh, okay. So I'll be above you pretty much the entire way if I happen to pass you. Okay. That is good. $26,000, so we've got 7,000 to go. Looks like we're gonna get up there by the time we get to Quebec City. And Quebec City, capital of Quebec, not Montreal. Same as Ottawa is the capital of Ontario, not Toronto, which everyone thinks. And, well, people think Toronto's the capital of Canada, or Toronto's the capital of Ontario, but people think it's also the capital of Canada. But of course, that's Ottawa. And that's why I gotta duck down in it so I don't bump my head. Low ceilings. Bump. $28,000. We're coming up for 5,000 to go. I wish I'd was rocking. It does a lot of rocking. So speaking of long-haul aircraft, I am going to get the new A330 when it comes out, and hopefully the virtual airline will come out with the proper liveries for it quickly, and we'll be able to use it for long-haul Sundays flying for the virtual airline. Some interesting routes going down into South America out of the US, so that could be fun. Different places to go to. As mentioned, we've got the Around the World tour. Only has a couple more flights to go. The I'm thinking Aurora series only has a couple more flights to go. And then we've already made it up of one side of the Atlantic. We're just about to cross over the top and then head down the other side. And when that's done, that series will be coming to an end. And we'll be starting up new series in their place, of course. And once again, we'll be going to different places around the world. And the one thing I have mentioned before, so I'll mention it again now, it won't be a bit of a spoiler, but one of the series is going to bring back the DC6. So that should be a good one there. And that series will probably be one of the first, if not the first, to come back, to come up online. Well, there's 1,000 to go. Let's hop back inside. Looks like we still got that multiplayer bug issue with people vanishing. I have no idea, Dark. I'm not familiar with how they've set up the 777. I don't have them in mind since the import just skipped them. I've just got the last point before the knot and the first point after the knot, and I'm just doing an arc across the Atlantic. It's very frustrating that it doesn't import them properly, but it is what it is. Oh, there's Kevin. So we are coming level at flight level 330. Just letting our speed stabilize. We are doing Mach 0.84. And we are settling into the cruise. So let's drop down to the FMC before we go. We're going to go into our... Yeah, my import skipped it as well. See, this is my last point going in and my last point coming out. And I've got a 1,462 kilometer arc between the two of them. So it is what it is. Over on the progress page, Lemon, you can see here that we are going to be at our destination at 2032. So 2032, if you said it's an hour and 15, so you're looking at 1932. You're looking somewhere around 1900, just after, depending on how we do crossing over. 1900 Zulu, so that's about 5 and 3/4 hours or so. And that'll give you that. Alright, so we are in cruise. Everything is humming along. So we're going to close up the stream for now. We'll be back for in time to debrief or to brief our arrival and descent from our cruise altitude down into Vienna, into Austria. Thank you very much for coming along for our departure, and the stream will go live again once we get to that point. If you want to join us, like Nick and Kevin and Dark and Lemon Wolf will be doing, come over to the Discord. I'll throw the link into the chat once again, but it's also in the description below. And you can get all the information about what we're flying, when we're flying, and we can also answer any questions you may have. Thank you all very much once again, and we'll see you in a few hours.